Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to be doing Dengeki Bunko trial decks for Japanese Weiss Schwarz. I'm just going to do one for each. On the left side, you're going to see the Weiss side. On the right, you're going to see the Schwarz side. And you're not going to be able to tell the difference. You see two sets of lovely ladies on here, but there is a difference. The left one is going to be your girl version. On the right is going to be your guy version. You have no idea what that actually means unless you watched my prior video about Dengeki Bunko in general. So here you go, trial decks. What I mean by left side is going to be your girl one. It is because the SPs are of ladies. Yes, ladies. You got ladies in there. When you take a look at, come on, click. There you go. There, you can see the prices on here. Not that you need to know that for this, but the black one or the Schwarz side, this is going to be of dudes, and we got their dudes on there. So it's funny to me how the left side had girls and the right side had dudes in it, but on the actual trial deck display, you have both ladies. I will say, by the way, that I actually enjoy this image on these trial deck displays because, you can end up with something like, Licorice Recoil that doesn't have a picture on it at all. It's kind of disappointing. So I'm going to move this off to the side. Like I said, I'm going to do one of each because, being a dude that doesn't actually play this stuff and have anyone really to play with this, especially on the Japanese version, it kind of feels bad to just open these things and be like, what am I going to do with all that? So that is partially why over time I open them, because it just gives me that nice fun experience instead of just rifling through these things and be like, oh my god, I gotta find an SP. No, we don't do that here. What I do here is, just enjoy the actual experience. So let me rip this off. If you can't tell, if you don't know this, I do pre-cut these ahead of time, just like this, because it's always fun to watch someone struggle with plastic, right? Scissors, knife, whatever. It's always good. So here you go. But like I said, pretty cool display this time around. I don't even know if I'd say cool. It's really nice to have imagery on here again. It would be nice if there was color on these things, but I get why they don't do it. It saves money, but as we see a booster box, some people have this for display. And now, which one should I open? I was gonna do the girl one, but I'm gonna do the one on the right. I'm gonna do the dude one. Let's do the right one. Just put that off to the side. So I like this bottom. Good job there, Bushiroad. Had that whole finger. There's tape there. There is tape there, and I don't have a knife. I have scissors. So there we go. Let me just slice this sucker off. Look at this fine workmanship of this tape. Right, it's nice and on there. No chance that someone would actually break into this thing. It's been a while. I feel like since I've opened a bunch of stuff. It's been a crazy year thus far. And we got this always the lovely band on here. Dang, this card looks nice. Ooh. Ooh, look at this. I can't get out. We got this. I haven't opened Japanese in a while. But there we go. You gotta take that little cardboard thing off, and I can't do it, man. I can't do this. This is why I pre-cut the plastic ahead of time so I don't struggle. And here I am, yet again, struggling. This isn't even funny anymore. I should probably edit this part out. Oh, yeah, yeah. Watch this dude scrape the back of those cards. Yes! Thank God I don't resell these things. Anyways, taking a look, taking a look at these cards. Ooh, it's so pretty, so pretty. If I remember correctly, you should get a foil in every one of these because they had no problem printing a million of different parallels in here. Oh God, that looks so lovely. Yeah, yeah. This set super beautiful. Enjoy it. IPs, tons of recommendations on what to take a look at. And here we go. Here we get our duplicates, right? Here we go. Are you all excited for the Dengeki Bunko come out for English? Are you a little pissed off if you bought some in JP? What's your thoughts, right? I know there's a lot of mixed feelings out there, a lot of hurt feelings. Oh, look at that Kirito. Maybe we'll get him as an SP. I have never had any sort of luck with my pick the second trial deck from a display, but one day it will happen, right? I mean, I only got, what would it be? 1 in 4 shot at it, right? If there's two SPs inside of a case, it could happen. Wait, no, that's not it. That's really bad. Oh, check that out. You gotta have food in the mouth. That's it right there. She's all for it. I mean, that's a keeper right there. When she looks at you with food in your mouth and is not totally disgusted, you got a winner right there. In the end, he didn't pick her, sadly, but he at least had her for a moment in time. I guess he still had her. If he wanted to have multiple girls, I guess then he can have her. This has definitely gone off the rails. Oh baby, it's not the it's not the SP that we're getting, but alas, it is a beautiful card. You know it. I don't even have to tell you this anymore, right? I mean, just take a look at this beauty. Take a look at the IP. A real winner right there. Again, though, they gone with this whole foiling thing that just goes across. Maybe we'll break up the horizontal horizontal foiling at some point, but no SP today. And I will say, if I can't have the SP of a dude, at least I got a beautiful triple R of one of the ladies that I love the most from this set. Because right here we talk about enjoying our cards and our art and the love of the game. Maybe not the love of the game. I don't get a chance to play. I wish I could play. I wish I could play. Oh no, not again. Trial deck. So yeah, if you took a look at the prices when I flashed it right there, you're gonna notice right away that these things, when it comes to the trial deck, not the most expensive in the world. It actually is one of those ones where we'll see how it we'll see how it turns out in English, just because of the amount of people that probably would steer away from it, just because they know the pricing, right? We have that from Licorice Recoil. You could even say Bochi the Rock. You just know the pricing of these things, and maybe you don't want to put your money into that. This one came out so much easier than the first one. I'll tell you, that was one strong mega band on the first one. It wasn't just me being an idiot. Because this one came out very smooth, very smooth. Oh, look at that. Do you like Index? I enjoyed it. I actually watched Railgun first. Uh, Railgun and Index came out all before my time, before I started watching anime, and I picked up Railgun. I watched Index later. It was a lot of fun. It's enjoyable. We'll see if we get a SP of this lovely lady right here. Oh, Shana. This, to me, the girl trial deck is way, way better. I mean, the dude's one definitely has some nice stuff in it. Here's the Shana, a very expensive Shana. Take a look at her. That's so cute. Anyways, here we go. I just find the girl one better just because of the IPs in it. There's more IPs inside of this one that I know of. I wouldn't say enjoy. I say that because, like, how do I know that I enjoy the IPs on this one when I haven't experienced all the IPs? That'd be really wrong of me to say. But from what I see here, very there's our pizza girl there. She keeps losing. She needs I want to say tighter clothing or a different shirt. Maybe that's our problem. She needs a different wardrobe or a new shirt. That's what we got here. Right? So you can see right away. I mean, comparing the two, maybe I'm different in that way. I would say I know more of the IPs that are in this trial deck than the other one. And obviously, since this trial deck did better price-wise on there, more usable, maybe more usable, at least you have that Shana. I would say more people would probably pick up the white version or the Weiss version. I know people say all the time, but how do you pronounce it? I think when I take the time to say it out loud, I always say Weiss. But when you hear me in normal videos, I just go Weiss. Weiss is just easy. People just Oh, hey. Hey, lady. Not trying to be a creep or anything. I have no idea how old she is or anything like that. I know people always get into fun discussions about age and things like that. So I would just say she looks cute. And that's where I leave it. But the foil. Oh, the foil. I'm just gonna put her down. And that is it when it comes to these trial decks. So for T1, yeah, I know again when you think about pricing, when let me just flip back here. Let me just hit this. Because it's gonna be disappointing to some people. When you think about pricing, right, you have these cards, you have these SPs that really weren't all that amazing in Japan. And then you sit here and you go, should I even buy a case given that these are the prices? And you get two of them. Probably not. And I think the hard part about me when it comes to this, it hurts me. It hurts me a lot because one of the things that I love the most about Weiss Schwarz is the fact that you can get a trial deck of your favorite IP and play with it with people. It's a cheap, inexpensive way to play a game. Like even if you in the end hate Weiss Schwarz, first time playing, I've always told you this. I have trial decks of all these IPs just sitting here because that fateful day when someone comes over and says, "Oh my God, you got cards? I've never seen this before." And then they look through it and they find an anime that they actually like, an IP in there. It might not be an anime, right? It could just be an IP. It could be like Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. And they find one and they're like, "Hey, this is pretty cool. Let me try it." And I hand them the trial deck and we play. I think that's really awesome. I think the thing that hurts me the most about all this is when everybody starts thinking about prices, right? Because just looking at the two of these trial decks, you can easily just say, screw it, I'm not buying any of it. And what that just leads to is the lack of supply out there in the world. And when you truly, truly think about it, that's where we were before this whole boom into Weiss Schwarz, card collecting, all of that, of a few years ago. And not being able to have other people experience these amazing cards, these amazing trial decks, I think is a little shame, right? And people will say all the time, it's like, well, we don't want investors, we don't want collectors or flippers or anything like that. But, in the end, these are the people that will ultimately have the supply in the future. But if those people are out and the stores are out, then who actually holds this stuff then? Right? Who's going to do that? And will Bushiroad actually reprint it in the future? The answer is kind of no. No, you're never going to see it, right? And there's some sellers out there, like bigger sellers, like people on YouTube, potentially don't even have trial decks as well. So then where are you going to get the supply? It just kind of goes away. There's going to be some people out there, of course, that are going to buy cases of this, that are going to take it, open it, sell the dead ones off, which is fine and dandy and all that. But in the end, after that's all gone, then these just disappear forever. So we've been used to this whole oversupply and these things not being worth all that much. We're going to get to the point where, as you've seen with some of the past sets, that people don't pick up some of these booster box, some of these trial decks, and now they're fairly expensive. And it's really just because of the lack of interest, which is not a good thing, right? You can be happy about like it being high up in price, but in the end, for the health of the game, is that really where you want to be? No, no, it's not. And just take a look at these. There is nothing wrong with this, right? I can imagine, and I do, because I have a bunch of these where I just have all these unopened trial decks and displays that just sit here. And you know what? They look really cool, right? Anybody that has a love of IP, when you think of a shrine, you have the booster box, you have the TD, maybe even have the display. But then you have some figures around it, some of the cards. It's an amazing, it's an amazing hobby. And I think what I've seen over the past year, 2 years, again, why you stop seeing me talk about buy or invest videos. The reason is because, as for as many people think that I'm actually a scumbag that talks about investing and all that, I actually do have a strong love for this game. And if it were that I had a LGS that was a bit closer to me, I would be playing all the time as well. So it's just a little sad in that way, just to watch how this game has, I would say, just slowly crept away. Bushiroad, you know, fumbling the bag, as they would say. All these kids out there would say these days, but that's just how it is. Maybe they'll improve, maybe they won't. Maybe this thing will just disappear one day. I know someone asked me recently, they're like, do you still believe what you said about investing in Weiss Schwarz? And I'm like, yeah, yeah. I mean, you could easily make money. There's people making money on every set. Even though you think the set is bad, they're out there doing it, right? So if you don't think you can make money off these cases, you can. It really just comes down to the supply because so many people are afraid of doing it that someone has to fill the void, and that someone is definitely going to cash in on those opportunities. I mean, if more and more people enter and see that, then obviously it goes back down because of the oversupply. But at this point, it's one of those ones where if you're brave enough, you can cash in. But as always, have fun, be happy, and don't spend anything outside your budget. Have a good one. Wait. Wait, let me find a good one. I'm not gonna go that which one do I like the most? Here. I'll go back to this Shana. I really enjoy this Shana. It's a cool looking one. So here you are. Don't fumble her. Brother.